Hey everyone, we are on day number 4 of sharing our tips, best practices, and hacks for holding better virtual events. And our topic today is about connection and engagement. So one of the big values of having an event, in addition to content, is to connect with people, so you as the host, as well as the participants with each other, and to create a sense of community. And it's one of the things that has, I think, been missing a lot from the events that we've seen in the last year. So our first tip on that is to create a Facebook group for your event. So you're going to want to start it as soon as you start taking registrations, and you can start posting information to it, getting people excited, encouraging them to invite other people, or maybe even providing incentives they can help get out. And then also, as people start getting their swag, they can take pictures of it. You can use it for your gamification during the event and have people post pictures. And then after the event, you will also see that your attendees continue to connect with each other, share more information, and want to continue to work with you. So tip number 1 is start a Facebook page for your event. Tip number 2, this is probably a little more for the bigger events again, but you could think about how you could tweak it for something smaller, and that is have a dashboard page for your event. This could just be a private page that you do through your website, and when you send your reminder that, hey, doors are open, so you want to try to get people to the event early instead of logging in right when it starts, similar to if you went to a live conference or workshop, they would come in a little bit early. They would congregate with other people there. They would check out some information. Maybe there's information about sponsors, chats. If you're doing the gamification, you might show who's winning or what's coming up and things like that. So do a dashboard page, and then on that dashboard will be a link to your actual meeting. So they'll go through the dashboard first, they can catch up on some things, and then get to your meeting link through the dashboard. So tip number 2 is to create a dashboard for your event. All right, moving on to tip number 3. Utilize the selfies that people are taking and posting on your Facebook page and that you're using for your gamification to create that sense of community on your dashboard. So you're incenting them to take these pictures. People are seeing more of people's personalities and faces. And then you can, especially if this is, well, this is really a tip for multi-day events. Like if you have a conference or something or a workshop that lasts over several days, or that you're having a series over several weeks, then you can take those pictures, put it on the dashboard. So each time people are coming to the dashboard, they're seeing something new, just like they would when they came to a live event. So tip number 3 is post those selfies on your dashboard. All right, tip number 4, we talked about having a check-in with your speakers or presenters, especially if it's a longer event. Same thing for live events that are a little bit longer, is the day before, so 24 hours before, have some volunteers. It generally doesn't want to be the speaker because the speaker will get caught up in too long a conversation, but have some volunteer staff do a tech check with your attendees. So they can easily do about 15 people an hour. They're just energetic people that are welcoming them, making sure that they have the link, that they got their swag, that everything's in their box, see if they have any questions, and just have that personable connection with someone from your organization. So tip number 4 is do a check-in tech check with your guests for longer events. All right. Tip number 5, this is the same thing that you would do in a live event for the same reasons. And again, some people are doing this, but I want to encourage you to make sure that you are as well. And that is do the forced small group breakouts. Because until your attendees are, if you have more than a few attendees, are able to actually share some, reflect some, talk together, then they're going to, again, be missing some of that connection. So one of the beautiful things about Zoom is it does a forced breakout. You put people in a group, and then they're there. Some of the other platforms, which there may be ways around them, or some that I've been to, they give attendees the option to go to the small group and show up or not show up. So it is one of the benefits of Zoom is you can force people into those breakout groups, and then when it's over, it pops them back to the main event so they don't linger there too long or anything. So there are several additional tips and how to do the small group sessions well. I will kind of add one little tweak on this. When they come back, there is value in having some people share. And when you do that, have the host call out, especially if you've got your virtual stadium set up, have them call on 3 people at a time and say, we're gonna talk to James and Sherry and Jason. And what that's going to do is it's going to reduce your latency, because while you're saying their names, the person helping run your tech is going to put them up in queue. So as soon as you talk to James, they have Sherry pulled up, and you're not sitting and waiting for, okay, let's get that person on the screen. Because when you do have them share, you're going to put them in a side-by-side view so you can actually see them like you would a presenter. So that is tip number 5. Do the 4 small breakout sessions and have some people share when they come back. All right, so tomorrow's the big day where we're gonna go live on Zoom and test out some of these best practices and hacks. We're gonna also share a few small little tips about Zoom in case you're not using them already. And we are gonna do some Q&A and end with what is the most important tip of them all. So I hope that you can join us. We are taking registrations because we are gonna limit it. So you can go to our website at nexusimpactcenter.org on the events page to get registered for tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll see you there.